Rafael Nadal admits that his desire to clinch an 11th French Open title on Sunday is fired by his growing realization that the end of his career may not be too far away. The 32-year-old Spaniard, with 16 majors to his name, will play his 24th Grand Slam final at Roland Garros against Dominic Thiem, who is in his first. Victory on Sunday will give Nadal an 11th title in Paris and equal Margaret Court's all-time record for wins at the same Slam event. In her case, the Australian Open from 1960 and 1973, Nadal still trails great rival Roger Federer by 4 major titles, although the Swiss star is more than 4 years older. For me, the motivation to play here always is high as possible, said Nadal after breezing past Juan Martín del Potro 6-4, 6-1, 6-2 in Friday's semi-finals in what was his 85th win in Paris against just 2 defeats. But for me, I believe that there are limited chances in your career. I have lost a lot of opportunities through injuries, and I know the years are going quick. So there is not 10 more chances to keep playing here. The statistics illustrate Nadal's concerns. He has missed at least 8 Slam tournaments in his career through a legacy of wrist and knee problems. Such is his motivation to win his 17th Grand Slam on Sunday, that the task facing Austrian 24-year-old Thiem was described as almost impossible by Del Potro. The Argentine believes that Nadal is playing better than he has for years. It is almost impossible to beat Rafa, said Del Potro, who had his chances in the semi-final but failed to convert any of his 7 breakpoints before his challenge petered out into weary hopelessness. Nadal raced away with 14 of the last 17 games. He's too strong. He's improving his backhand a lot. That's why he's the no. 1 and beating all the guys. He is fresh, healthy. Everything is perfect, he looks fresh. He is healthy. And the strength that he has and the mentality, everything is perfect, works perfect for him playing on clay. There have, however, appeared to be 1 or 2 chinks in his armor at Roland Garros this year. On Friday, Del Potro was by far the better player in the first set, while, in the quarterfinals, Diego Schwartzman won the first set of his clash with Nadal. It was the first time in 3 years that Nadal had dropped a set in Paris. You can win a set but not a match against Rafa, said Del Potro, keen not to over-egg any hint of weakness in Nadal's game. At least Thiem has in the past found the key to unraveling the Nadal clay court enigma. He is the only man to beat the world number 1 on clay in the last 2 years, in Madrid this spring and in Rome last year. In Madrid, Thiem thrived in the quicker, higher-altitude conditions to win their quarterfinal in straight sets. But that was only after Nadal had allowed him just 2 games in a last 8 mauling in Monte Carlo. In Madrid, Thiem said the key was to be positive against Nadal. If I want to beat him, I have to play that way like I did in Rome and in Madrid. I'm also aware that here it's tougher, said Thiem, the first Austrian in a major final since Thomas Muster won in Paris in 1995. He likes the conditions more here than in Madrid, for sure. Best of 5 is also a different story. But I have a plan. Nadal and Thiem have met 9 times, all of them on clay. Thiem also defeated his rival in Buenos Aires in 2016, joining Novak Djokovic and Gaston Gaudio as the only men to have beaten Nadal 3 times each on clay. However, Nadal has won both their clashes at Roland Garros, in 2014 and in last year's semi-finals by a comfortable 6-3, 6-4, 6-0 margin. I'm facing Rafa, so I'm not the one who has the pressure, said Thiem. Page 2 Paris, 10-time champion Rafael Nadal reached his 11th French Open final on Friday when he demolished Juan Martín del Potro in straight sets, setting up a title showdown with Dominic Thiem, the only man to defeat him on clay in the last 2 years. Nadal, a 16-time Grand Slam champion, claimed his 85th win in Paris against just 2 losses after weathering a big-hitting opening from 2009 US Open winner Del Potro to win 6-4, 6-1, 6-2. In his 24th Grand Slam final, Nadal will face Thiem, who ended Marco Cecchinato's French Open fairy tale, reaching his first major final with a 7-5, 7-6, 12-10, 6-1 victory. 7th seed Thiem is the first Austrian to make a final at the majors since Thomas Muster was champion in Paris in 1995. It was a very difficult first set and one Martin had lots of opportunities. He was a little unfortunate, said Nadal, who reeled off 14 of the last 17 games, having seen Del Potro fail to convert any of his 7 breakpoints. Nadal is now just the second man to reach 11 finals at the same slam, equaling Roger Federer's mark at Wimbledon. It's impossible without hard work and going through tough moments. You have to be focused and keep your passion for the game. I never dreamed in 2005 when I played my first final here that I would be in another one. Thiem is the only man to beat Nadal on clay in the last 2 seasons, in Madrid this year and Rome in 2017. The Spaniard was impressive on Friday, finishing with 35 winners and 19 unforced errors to Del Potro's analysis of 20 and 32. Thiem is an amazing player. He beat me in Madrid, he has big power so I have to be at my best and improve, said Nadal. But I believe I will be ready for the final. World number 1 Nadal went into Friday's clash with a 9-5 career record against Del Potro, including all 3 meetings on clay. However, it was Del Potro who was in the ascendancy in the rallies in the first set. The 5th seed, playing in his first Roland Garros semi-final in 9 years, had 3 breakpoints in the 3rd game and 3 more in the 9th. However, the 29-year-old was unable to capitalize and Nadal made him pay in the 10th game when he claimed the opener off a netted backhand. Del Potro had required the doctor early in the first set after appearing to jar his ankle in the red clay. He suffered a worrying power cut in the second set, slipping to 5-0 down on a double break, wasting his 7th break point out of 7 on the way. Nadal tightened his grip, going to 5-1 on another double break in the 3rd set and sealed the match when Del Potro hit a backhand long. World 72 Cecchinato had knocked out 3-seeded players to reach the semi-finals, including 12-time major winner Novak Djokovic in the quarter-finals. But Thiem, 24, was too strong and now believes he has a particularly powerful weapon on his side for the final. Breakfast. I need to regenerate and have a good breakfast to keep up my good level. Full power on Sunday, Thiem, who was playing in his 3rd successive French Open semi-final, admitted the second set had been a nervy encounter after needing 5 set points to get through it. The big key was the second set, he said. It was a really close tiebreak and I didn't want that, especially after I missed an easy volley at 6 quarters. That was not a nice feeling. Cecchinato had never won a Grand Slam match before this year's Roland Garros but made the semis with a string of stunning wins. He put out seeded players Pablo Carreño Busta and David Goffin before the seismic shock of knocking out 2016 champion Djokovic in the quarter-finals. Today, all day, on Philippe Chatrier, the fans said, "Forza, Marco, so I think this is the best moment for me," said Cecchinato. Against Dominic Thiem, he is top 10, and today all the people were for me.